Hello everyone, and welcome to a new sprint review from the Eclipse JKube team. Regarding JKube, this sprint we focused our efforts on fixing the two issues reported by the security audit we conducted the previous weeks. Sam has been busy working on the KPort PoC to create a VS Code extension and a kubectl plugin. For the Fabricate Kubernetes client, we worked on merging the new features that will be released during next sprint in the 6.7 version. And as usual, for both projects, we spent some time dealing with bugs and general maintenance tasks.
Hello, so during this session I'm going to introduce you to KPort. It's a set of POC projects to take advantage of the JKube remote dev feature, but in other tools than JKube. So this is a series of 3 videos where I'm going to introduce you to the work we have done during the last weeks. We're going to start with an introduction to the JKube remote dev feature, because maybe some of you may have not seen the remote dev feature in action. And so I will demonstrate that during this video. In the next video, I will show you the kube control plugin, KPort, and the VS Code extension, VS Code KPort. So let's go straight to the demo. There is a QR code here you can scan if you want to replay this video step by step. And so let me switch to this. So here is the application that is running. You can see here in the middle there is a list of orders that are kept updated. If I click here, it should send the order in an email in this mailbox. Okay. Try it again here. Another one. Received. Okay, so let's say that we want to modify this application. This application is composed of multiple microservices, and the main one is the Quarkus one. This is the one we want to modify. I can start it in dev mode. Here, Quarkus dev. And normally I should be able to make some modification. A simple one would be to change the title, right? Let's wait for it to start. And now if I go to localhost 80. Okay, starting. So I want to modify the title. Say local. And if I do refresh, I should have, as you can see, the title is updated. But there is a major difference with this, the one that is in the cluster and the one I have locally. You can see that I don't have any orders in the middle, and I cannot test the other functionalities, for instance, to send an email, because my application is relying on other services. So the database, this service is called order faker that is injecting new orders every 5 seconds. And then when I send an email, it will go through this path and send an email to the mailbox. And so this is where the JKube remote dev come in action. So I can open a new. Yeah, you can see also here that it cannot connect to the database and anything. If I come here and do mvn poc remote-dev, it will connect my laptop, my local application, to the remote services, but also do the opposite, making it available for services that is available, that is in. So now if I I wait a bit, and if I now do refresh here, you can see that I have some others and everything is connected. It is, if I go there now in the remote application, you can see that I have my application that is running. It is actually the one that is running locally on my machine. Normally everything should work. I can even send a mail, and I should have a mail received. You see that locally on my machine, I did some modification here, modified again, and I should see if I click again here, I should see the mail with modify again. Modified again. Okay. So it works. Back to my slides. So this is what we had at the beginning, and we had my my local application running in the remote dev, and I couldn't connect to the remote services, and also this component couldn't access to it. It was accessing to the Quarkus that it was running on the cluster. But by running the remote dev feature, it did create it. It was replacing first the running services by a proxy that was actually redirecting all the traffic from that are going to my service Northwind to the port 8080 of my local application. And it is doing the same on the other side, redirecting the traffic from my local port 5432 to the remote database here, and then here redirecting the traffic of this local port to the RabbitMQ service. It works. But this is not magic. It works thanks to configuration and tunnels. Port forwards are configured with configuration that I've done in the project Maven PoC file. So the local services here, how do you make local services? Your local services replacing the one that is in the cluster, and remote services are how you make the remote services available locally. So finally, when you have the remote dev running, it is really like if you were virtually running your laptop in the cluster. This is the feeling you would have, and you'll be able to do live changes, but also debug. And so this is good. And you know, when I saw the first time Mark demoing the JKube remote dev feature, the first thing I was thinking about was that it could work for non-Java projects actually. So Golang, Node.js, or even Rust application, it should work. And Mark actually has demonstrated that with Node.js app deployed to Kubernetes with JKube Kubernetes Maven plugin. But it would also be nice to have it working outside of JKube and Maven and Gradle plugins. We want to see it working, for instance, as a CLI with, for instance, a kube control plugin, or in a VS Code extension, or in IntelliJ, or in Eclipse, the Eclipse ID. And it would be great if all these extensions could work using the same configuration file. That's what would be nice to have, but of course, it is not straightforward. All the tools may not have been written in Java. So reusing, for instance, the JKube remote dev as a library would be great for maintenance purpose, but it could be a challenge. For instance, for VS Code extensions, extensions are written in TypeScript, and I'm not sure that we want to write another implementation of the remote dev feature in other languages like TypeScript. Also, it would be great if the user were not required to install Java to have the remote dev feature working. So there is a solution, and it is called Quarkus. With Quarkus, thanks to Gradle VM native compilation, users won't have to worry about installing Java on their machine. And because Quarkus is Java, we should be able to use JKube Remote Dev in that mode. And this is what we're going to talk about in the next video. So I created a kube control plugin, which is just a binary that you name kube control dash something, the name of the command, and you put it in your path. And in our case, it would be a Quarkus native binary. And if you want to know more about kube control plugins, you can check out the crew projects. There's a list of public kube control plugins you could try. But why kube control plugins? Kube control plugin. Well, the reason is that kube control is the tool that any Kubernetes user should have installed on their laptop. It will make the remote dev feature available to all the Kubernetes users. So next time, what I'm going to demonstrate is kube control KPort init, which is a command to initialize .kport .yaml file in your root of your project path. And kube control KPort start to start the remote dev feature based on your .kport.yaml file. Thanks for watching.